Go.
There you are. Finding a better angle. Target marked.
All right.
The reason I ended up doing mending is because I was looking at spells that have to target a structure. It's like, well, mending can target an object, and with the way it has like the inverse spells, the inverse of mending instead of repairing would like unmend.
I was thinking about that the other day, actually. I was trying to think about
just
how
say,
that would work
you have a cleric who's
mechanically.
just standing there staring at a wall like they're fucking brain dead for like 10 fucking minutes, and then the wall just explodes.
I was thinking about that, yeah. Like, but then I thought, you know, I don't think I should allow someone to have a cantrip that could break them
I
out
hate
of
the dark.
a jail cell.
What?
I hate the dark.
It's the whole theme of fucking The War Within.
Yeah, I know. No, that's the void. But
I think
They're the same?
I meant the dark in the cobalt thing.
Whoa.
the darkness, you mean?
Oh, that fuck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, did you see Tuesday we're getting some balancing? Evoker's getting another buff because Dev is so bad.
They should just remove evokers unless they're gonna make them like beefy and like big dragons. Dude, I leveled through Dragonflight for 60 to 70, and it's just like, damn, every dragonkin is cooler than the player dragonkin. What's up with that?
Yeah, I don't like that. It's really weird. I don't know why they made them the way they
I
are.
want to be roided up super soldier muscle man.
This weird like amorphous agendered lizardkin.
We
But it
want
was
to be
the
61
the
audience.
wheelchair adventurer expansion. Let's be honest.
I mean, Khadgar's in a wheelchair. Wheelchairs are in. If you're not playing a wheelchair class right now, what are you doing?
I mean, Khadgar is not technically in a wheelchair.
All right, don't like. Each an arcane wheelchair, so it's not real, but he's like floating around. He could have chosen anything to float around on. He could have been
didn't-
like fucking.
Did you not talk to Illyria? They
No,
literally...
I didn't talk to fucking anybody. He could have floated himself around
Okay,
like fucking
So if you
Baron
talk to
Harkonnen.
Illyria,
I'm
they
not
literally
reading
they
or
discussed
listening.
it.
That's
what,
great.
So what it is Erdrin's basically telling him like, oh yeah, you should do a fucking griffin, and Khadgar declined because the wheelchair was made by Archmage Modera,
It's all right. You know what?
the female member of the Six, and Illyria basically kind of spelled it out and said, yeah, dude, maybe you should stop being shy about who you love. So he's using it because he loves Archmage Modera.
All right, I mean,
It was made
that's-
by his crush.
Maybe he needs to get a new crush because Antonidas would have had a badass horse carrying him around. That's what fucking Medivh would have turned into a raven.
Look, Khadgar is now Professor X. Okay. And he's
doing
voiced.
fucking-
He's voiced by Braytak from Stargate SG-1. He can do whatever the fuck he wants as long as he's still in the game.
I have to find that webm, the fucking Professor X and the beaming Holocaust into people's brain.
Oh, yeah,
He's
Haku,
gonna-
when
he's
you were
gonna beam
gone,
the orc camps into fucking Thrall's brain.
when you're gone, Honky, you missed me doing some character gen for the dumbest character. It's a gnome wizard who just carries around a fucking sniper rifle.
God, Professor X was such a
He's gonna
monster.
beam this shit into fucking Kale's brain.
Yeah, but it's not real.
Which part? Oh,
You know, it's not real.
He's gonna beam it into like Garithos' brain, and he's like, "What do you mean?" It's like, "Oh, that didn't happen. The Belfs. That didn't happen to the Belfs."
Sylvanas, oh hey Sylvanas, remember this?
Why would you do that? Fucking Arthas is gonna be like, "That didn't happen."
Oh, Terrellian? Second War. First War. There you go.
The orc camps.
Alright. We're finally back. I hate all you guys.
I didn't do nothing. I've been impeccable.
Duralian is the hero of the Second War.
Well, that was Lothar. And he's dead.
I was about to say it was Lothar too. Damn.
Lothar was First War, and he died in the Second War.
Yeah, he died a hero
Turalian,
in the Second War.
yes, but Turalian is the hero that rallied the Alliance and literally was making orcs shit their pants because there was like, holy fuck, why has this guy got so much fucking light?
Wasn't that Danath Trollbane that just like fucking?
No,
It was
Turalian
both
is
of them.
basically Turalian
Both of
is
them, but
basically
Turelian was like, yeah, he was the super soldier hero.
Turalian is the only one of the original paladins to have been a priest and not a warrior originally.
He hit the gym. He got fucking roided up. Then got a sick Belf GF, and then actually turns out she's part of the Void, and Mama didn't tell him about no
She's a high elf.
Void elf.
She was never a blood elf.
Shut up. It doesn't matter. They're the same fucking elves. She didn't actually take the fell energy, so she's not. It doesn't matter. She was a fucking Belf. They have the same model.
All right,
Don't actually me.
no more Warcraft.
I'm gonna kill Morgan.
No more Warcraft.
He's not a Cinderai.
Because it didn't do IRA.
Queldore. Anyway, last week.
Last
by
week.
last week, because someone didn't tell us they were going to a con, and then someone else didn't wake up. Yeah.
What do you mean? I was awake last week.
You know what? I don't remember.
The week
anything.
before that. It was the week before that. We were missing Harmu.
The week before that, I was
He was
there.
talking about the one that we missed last time.
I don't remember.
One of the many times before.
Regardless.
Like it's a 50-50 on which one of these caused us to miss it.
That's what I was saying. Haku just gambled on winning the 50-50. And just be like, oh, well, actually, I was at a con anyways, so.
All right. So for future notice, the last week of September is a game that we just can't play. Or August. Yeah.
Simple. Just be like that.
All right.
Yeah, we can't play the first week of October or the second.
Yeah, I know that. We're
Or
all
maybe
good
we
for.
can.
Nope,
We don't
we'll
know
be
yet.
able to next year. Next year because the con is at the end. It'll be the 29th.
You better have bought a big titty figure. Okay, I'm just saying.
You better have pressed a Jane Doe cosplayer.
But let's not harp on what could have been, and
I
let's
think
harp
he's
on
not
what
here.
have been. He's here.
I miss Rowan.
Last week you guys got back to Lakeshore. You did some investigating. You found information on William Edwards. Yes, that's his name, right? My insomnia
And the
cycle
Sons
is
of
kicking in.
Aun.
Yes, and the Sons of Aun. Syl under the cover of a bar fight provocated by Rowan, listened in on a conversation as best as Syl could, and then heard another conversation between William Evans and his associate as they were leaving the bar. Something about a dissatisfaction with the contract they had taken out to kill Weiroo. After that, you guys reconvened. You investigated the room that the meeting was in, and it was oddly barren, with the exception of some recently burnt materials in the fireplace and a mysterious residue left behind on the logs, to which Isolta quickly told Rowan, hey, here, taste this. And I believe that is really all that's happened. Uh, hmm. I just went over the video and I don't remember anything about it.
So
I believe I had Rowan taste the thing. I told Isolta that it smelt kind of like flowers, a bit flowery. And I think that's about it. Let's say you guys are still there in the room if you want to do any more investigating.
I'm pretty sure we left the room
Where did you guys go?
and went
after
to
that?
the guard commander.
Guard. Did you?
Set up a meeting, and then we stopped playing.
Setting up a meeting with
What's his name?
Pearson?
The
no, it
main
was
one.
Mason.
Was
Yeah,
it a meeting?
Mason. That's right. Isolta wanted to meet with Mason Pearson and wanted to get that set up through the guard captain.
Oh yeah, and I'm supposed to go with him. Yeah.
Whose name I also forget.
He's guard captain.
Lightvine guard captain.
So we have Liam Edwards, William Evans, and Mason Pearson.
Liam Edwards.
Liam Gallagher.
Evans, my bad. Is it Liam Evans?
You said Edwards earlier.
No, you said Gallagher.
Gallagher. Swear,
You know what?
I
How about
swear I
this?
take
Instead of a
notes,
na-
guys.
How about instead of a name, whenever we meet him, all his goons just go,
I'm shit posting.
he's the boss. He's the boss. We're his goons.
He's the boss. Yeah, we came here to goon boss.
I'm
Oh,
the
where's the
man.
lotion?
He's the best goons you could hire, boss.
All right. So you set up the meeting, and it is late in the daytime. The sun's about to set in like an hour or two. What are you guys up to? Close
We're
out
meeting
for the
with
day.
we're meeting with the dude tomorrow. I'm gonna go like prepare all my shit and let me think about that actually.
Wait, Poppy, I know I ask about that date every so often, but this time it's on another note. What happens to female characters?
What?
Are you asking
Yeah,
me about a certain time of the time of month?
Yeah, I'm asking about their period, yes.
Well, that's up to you when it starts.
Alright. Do elves have it?
No.
Huh. Alright.
Mm, yeah, I mean, I guess they would. Although I'm just trying to think about how that race works. I don't think they would, just because of how elves
Days the
multiply.
magic race.
Well, just because they multiply a lot. I mean, if you don't know, elves birth in litters. They tend to give birth to like anywhere between 3 to 6 children.
What
What?
the fuck?
That's why there's so many elves, despite how
I
poorly
mean,
they're treated.
Dude, I thought it was like fucking high, just like super low gestation. Not
Humans,
their fucking
humans are
cat.
humans, so
okay,
Solta
so
can't
they
escape that.
don't have a period, but they do go in heat, I guess. Because every animal that birds in litters has a heat period.
Okay, question.
I don't think elves do unless they refrain from actually giving birth. In general. Although,
Why is this being brought up?
oh, hey, sometimes there's gonna be a person who wants to play Fatal.
I'll go get the source book.
Surely you've all rolled for anal circumference.
Yes.
Now, is it strictly based on age, or does your height play a role in that?
Height has a role in that too.
I'm not gonna make the joke.
And that's also why another reason why elves are so numerous in the world is because of their they follow the
Why?
teachings of Calmaril. And Calmaril's
Oh,
whole thing
yeah.
was to make sure that there's a lot of fucking elves in the world, and so she's sort of passed down this idea of unity. If you Morgan have read um,
Yeah, that's why I
the
said yeah.
the book, and that's the whole thing. So elves are supposed to
See, I
not
thought you were
really
gonna say the lore
have
document, and I was gonna say, how did you know that I read it this week?
have plentiful relationships, and they don't particularly care for monogamy. They might marry, doesn't mean they don't fuck around. Moon festivals.
Yeah, and that's why you live outside the city and not in it, so you don't have to deal with that shit.
Well, most elves don't live in cities unless they're slaves.
All right, let's go back to the topic.
Where are you guys at? What are you guys doing?
I'm going home.
Okay. Zolta leaves the Three Stooges behind to go home. I imagine Rowan is going to be either dragged to his next performance or also go to sleep.
Yes.
All right. And I will imagine that Raph will also be doing the same thing. Maybe reading his scroll while he's at it.
And because last time Rowan went off by himself, he got drunk and fell in a fucking pit. So someone's gonna go with him to make sure that he actually doesn't wander off.
Still making sure Rowan respects the bedtime. The bedtime curfew. Where the fuck is...
Less the curfew, more where the bed is.
Well, I mean, the last time he went to bed in the inn, he just, fell asleep on the floor, I believe.
Yeah, I think what Rowan did was he just crawled into the room and then fell asleep around somewhere.
Look, Rowan has healing if he passes out, so I was just gonna drag him. He might get a few cuts and bruises, but he'll be okay.
I don't know. Are you healing? Are you healing, son?
I don't know. Am I?
Well, you're not dying. I think at this point in time, Rowan is healing as if he was a normal creature, not a elven Wolverine.
Good enough. Rowan doesn't really care.
So what if I die? It's
Okay,
fine.
let's put it this way. Rowan would be like nearly unable to walk just wearing Syl's armor.
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably true. He would
It's
probably
15
be
pounds.
heavily encumbered.
That's literally why he only has freaking cloth right now.
Everyone can go ahead and take a short rest. Anyone who did not end up in a combat once again, who's just Rowan, could take a long rest. And
What did Rowan fight this time?
Rowan got punched in the face
Oh, okay.
in a bar fight that he started on purpose.
Powerful.
You know him. And I'm sure when Raph gets back, he will want to roll on his scroll. But I will put us at 7 a.m. the next day. It is morning. It is rainy. Nice steady rain. The windows would feel cool if you were to touch them or get a breath of fresh air. Anything you guys wish to do during the daytime as you wake up?
No,
Other than just generic morning staying alive by eating and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Food at the inn that the three of you are staying in is free for when you have a room. I imagine Asulta will be served food by her people. Raph, anything that
Yes.
you wish to do the previous night, as it is now 7 a.m.?
No. That's
Alright.
other than like preparing spells and stuff like that.
Oh, you're a
7
warlock.
a.m. It's time for breakfast.
You don't
Yep.
prepare spells, boy.
He does
His-
for university.
He's already
Aren't there some I have to?
he's
No,
already
you're a
he's
warlock.
already trying to become a wizard instead of a warlock.
Multi-classing. That's what
He's
Pop
been
does.
reading his scrolls
Look,
too much.
the first caster I played was like a very special case caster.
So wizard, cleric, druid are prepared. I think technically high bard is as well. Ranger also. Paladin also.
Warlock, it's
Warlock,
not. I remember. now.
warlock and sorcerer are spontaneous.
Yeah, if you have your
They
if
know
you,
all-
if you have those spells, you can cast them at any time as long as you get the slots for them.
All right, I'm getting my shit together. I'm fucking in game, in character, getting my shit together like a normal person would.
Right? Yeah. You guys wake up, do your morning routine, go downstairs, get some breakfast. Say, they're serving French toast.
Based?
French toast, ham, maybe some eggs at a request. But most of those eggs are going to be used for the custard to make the French toast. How long do you guys wait around in the morning? Is there anything that you wish to do during or after?
What
the
time was the meeting? Wasn't it supposed to be 11 something midday?
Midday.
I think we'll relax till Solta shows up or till we go.
How
get-
does Rowan look?
That's not a question you want the answer to.
Rowan, if you have hit dice, you can roll them for healing. Or if you could roll
Hey.
2.
Okay. Got it. Hold on. I have like 3 different Rowan files, and I'm like, fuck, I can't find the one I had earlier.
Your hit dice are d6s. I can tell you
Got
that
it.
much.
Oh, okay.
That's
Damn, son.
powerful. Well, still, Rowan looks like he's still quite fucked up. Not as fucked up as he was last night, but that bruise seems to have healed a little bit. Still pale. Still, might be a little more sweaty than normal, than anyone really should be. Not like he's day drinking or anything.
I mean, it is Rowan. He actually probably is day drinking.
That is true. Anything you were doing in Solta?
Nope.
Right. Somewhere around 9 a.m., a White Vine guard will enter the inn, and he will immediately head towards you, Raph. He will inform you that the Mason Pearson has accepted to meet at noon. Did you guys set up a meeting place? Was it just going to be done at the guard captain's place?
It was at the guard
Guard captain, so that he can mediate.
He agreed to meet at noon, and Asulta, around the same time, you'll also receive word from one of your White Vine associates, one of your Tamazi family associates, that a guard has come to confirm the same thing. Mason Pearson will meet you at noon at the guard captain's.
I will thank him and continue enjoying my morning, drinking my coffee.
All right.
Wait, we have bean juice?
I assume we have bean juice. Is there bean juice, or is it like a tea kind of place?
I had this discussion with Morgan once because he wants to gamify coffee with certain warlock feat.
No, that was I wasn't going to. I was just talking about it.
You need to turn your brain. You need to turn your brain off. I'm coming to lobotomize you.
Coffee
No,
is a
this
thing.
was-
a lot.
Coffee is a thing.
It was about a really funny fucking type of warlock sorcerer min-max.
Yeah, the no sleep
It's
warlock
actual
sorcerer
cancer.
thing.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking cat, like a fucking. That sounds. To be fair,
No,
if there
so-
was a caster class that revolved around like coffee and like fucking the bean water memes, I would be down to play something like that.
What you do is you go into warlock and you go into sorcerer, because warlock only needs a short rest, and sorcerer needs
And
a
sorcerer
long
can
rest.
convert.
Sorcerer can convert spell slots into
yeah.
into meta magic
And then
points.
essentially, because you only need 1 hour for a short rest, and a long rest is technically sleeping, they essentially wait an hour, drink some coffee. They're using coffee to stay awake and not sleep. But the joke is, instead of 8 hours of rest, they're getting 8 hours of spell slots, converting into more spell slots.
It's one of those funny 5e rules as written kind of garbage things.
And then Xanathar's technically fixes it, and now you can do the new version of it, cocaine.
Look, I could see a character like that sounding kind of similar to Raph, where it was maybe they're the child of a warlock, they're reformed now, and they're a sorcerer at a university.
No, the cocaine version is in fact legal though.
Yeah, but the thing is that
even rye,
I believe your meta magic points don't go away until you take a long rest. They don't reset, so you essentially just give yourself infinite meta magic points and never go to sleep to never lose them.
Infinite
paste.
They're just essentially converting all their stuff that they use for meta magic into spell slots. The version that Xanathar's you can still do is cocaine, as in instead of it being just any sorcerer, you're a divine soul, so you have access to the cleric spell list, and you take greater restoration, which requires diamond dust, and that removes exhaustion. So they're snorting cocaine.
Yeah.
That's the really funny min-max pun of 5e.
The real 80s man spellcaster.
Fucking, what's it called? Magnum PI, but fucking.
Everywhere he goes, you just hear white lines playing on repeat.
The Christian Bale build.
Alright. Anything you guys are doing before your meeting?
I might go over to the what's it called? The black ones, hang out and talk to. It was Chris the halfling, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to Chris.
Alright.
Well, Syl can't speak the language. She can't really even leave and enter.
Alright.
Who doesn't care? He just gets dragged around.
Oh, I mean, it's up to you guys where you want to go. You want to follow, you can follow and just wait in the
I'm
regular bar.
Actually, can we follow Raph into his biker club? His gay biker club?
Bro, what the fuck?
Raph is gay? Congratulations, man.
No.
No.
I don't know. He wears the all black, the tight leather. Well, on him it's a very tight leather jacket.
No. Is that any of that? It's the same robe. You just died.
He's got the chaps on. He's got that
Assless.
he's got
No.
that Judas Priest village man biker get up.
He has the mustache too.
It's no.
It's like no one ever told him, but they kept on making him look like this.
I'm
It's
reimagining all of the Black Hand as Mr. Slave.
Just
Yes.
fucking going to the bar, you just hear fucking Leather Rebel blaring Judas Priest tracks constantly.
Yeah, you guys go to.
No one ever told him, but Rowan knows.
Rowan senses it.
You guys can go
Rowan,
to.
this is like Rowan's entire like headcanon of the black one is actually. You know what? Fine. Honestly, for cover in universe, Rowan thinking that the black one being like a gay club is probably for the best, and like not knowing actually what they are or what they do is actually probably the most ideal thing for Rowan Dahl.
Every
Because if he
time,
knew what power they had and what they could do, he'd be like, "Damn, I gotta hit these guys up." Fucking some of Kalulu's shit might be in there.
You guys head off to Raph's Gay Biker Club.
Yep.
The Black One's boys. I gotta upload Bear Force 1 onto Foundry, just to alter the mood
Dear
whenever
God.
he goes to the Black
every
Cauldron.
time he goes, has to be base boosted too.
Air Force 1, Spin Me. What's another good gay song?
Dude, anything Pete Burns made from fucking Dead or Alive.
Mighty Real.
I mean, Judas Priest, if you actually listen to any of the lyrics, you're like, damn, he really was gay.
Hey, that's how they rolled. Masculinely. In a very weird way. Yep. You head off to the Black Cauldron. You leave the elves upstairs and head down to talk to your halfling cohort. You'll find him in the corner where he usually sits. He has beside him a large mug of ale. And a plate of spiral cut ham.
I'll get something simple. Just fucking old fashioned and go sit down next to him.
Well, hello again, friend.
Mr. Christopher.
What business have you today?
Nothing in particular. I'm about to wrap up some loose ends in town. After that, I'm not sure how much longer we'll be around in these spots.
Finally taking care of your problem with that foreign upstart?
That is correct, sir. Well, hopefully taking care of it. Might get a bit messier than that, but I'm trying to avoid anything too flashy.
Well, flash is not always desired amongst our kind unless we're trying to send a message. Are you trying to send a message?
Not at this time, especially with my task being as simple as it is. I'm trying to lay low as possible.
Well, I'm sure you understand the difficulties of that in your situation.
I am working on that. I've figured a bit more out about how to possibly transpose that spell that you inscribed for me.
Well, I would be interested to see how that works. Seeing as how you are what's the proper term? A gifted magi. Not so much a learned one.
I'm not trying to tempt it before I leave. Maybe I'll see if there's any space down here for me to try that process out.
That is a wise mind, at the very least.
I prefer it if my comrades didn't know I was capable of doing that just yet.
Secrecy is always important, especially amongst comrades.
Speaking of secrecy among comrades, you think one of these people that I've crossed paths with could be the cursed one I'm supposed to be studying?
Well, it'd be hard to say if I haven't seen them myself. Truthfully, finding a curse is... Finding a cursed individual could be as difficult as finding a needle in a haystack, or a giant in a sea of gnomes. It all really just depends on what you're looking for. Do you have any information about this cursed individual, or is the Black One just giving you as cryptic of a job as possible?
I was told I'd run across them, so I assume it is one of them, but I don't know which. There's one that's a bit of a fool, and he seems quite like a fool, but he did survive a very heavy poisoning recently. But I'd say that's more, what's the word? That ain't the kind of curse that'll keep you alive from poison. That's more of a form of fortitude, maybe a blessing.
Well, resiliency amongst morons can be quite the curse. I believe my mentor once said that an idiot with the constitution of a cockroach could be a blessing to one and a curse to many. It could be you might be the cursed one yourself.
Huh.
So when do I burst in as the cursed one and have a Seinfeld applause happening?
You'll get blown up if you go to that door. It will kill you. Like, you know that website I posted where it's like, we are going to kill you, ISIS style. That is what the guards at that door will do to you.
Yeah, Raph left you and Syl upstairs. He went down some stairs into a spooky metal door.
For your own
Gay
good.
bar.
Brondal's like, yep, they're down there fucking.
Behind the
clapping
metal door is
cheeks.
where all the gay stuff happens.
You know, can't have the gay stuff above ground and Poppy Crest. We're not that report. It's not that type of world yet.
Just depends where you go. Well,
Lost my train of thought.
as for divining a curse, I believe if you had access to some of the lesser schools of divination, you could maybe easier suss out who it might be. If you had access to the greater realm of divination, it'd be much easier for you to find. But the discerning whom amongst you is cursed, it relies upon a set of heuristics and a bit of knowledge on where the curse came from and what the curse's nature may be.
I wonder, would I be able to commune with the Black One or inquire further about my task? Or will I be informed that I'm on or off task?
The Black One is a bit of a bastard. My glorious leader, as he looks up like as he's just looking up at the ceiling as he projects his voice as he says this. In all their infinite wisdom, handles things in a way that is strange by most standards. There is a chance that the Black One may offer you some information. There's a chance that your desires for communication may go unheard. And there's a chance that they might want to tax you for even trying. It all depends on what they decide your job is. Now, since you are new, I imagine that this is a bit of a test. The Black One always wants to see its people succeed. However, what they have in mind for you might depend on what they're willing to give you. But if you ask anybody, the first quest usually starts the same way. Some cryptic words and some information seared upon your brain that you have no real recollection receiving. Did the Black One's quest come to you in a dream, or did you awaken with it, that the knowledge imparted upon you immediately?
I woke with it. And I see now it's a test of character. It's not a test of skill.
Quite possibly. Again, their whims are difficult to discern. You can always try.
As of right now, I think I won't tempt fate too much. I'll leave myself to my own devices and see what I can find out. But I do appreciate the demonstration of the boundaries one might go to or cross when communing with the Black One.
If it may help you down the road, there is a particular region off in the Freelands that has been rife with arcane activity. Some people believe that there may have been an older human civilization there, back in the days where magic was only wielded by the spirits. If you were to find something there that was somewhat magical, arcane, and ancient, could smooth things over for you when you ask. If you need to ask.
I'll make a note of that. I write that down in my journal.
If you want to know more, there's a I don't even know what we'd call it, a safe house over in Safe End that we run. The patron there would be more familiar with that region. And if you're looking for some more of the good stuff, as one might call it, going further past the mountains and even daring to traverse the mountains themselves, you might find some more ancient magical artifacts from the days of spirits in the era of chaos.
Graph blanks out and stares off in the distance at the thought of moving further west.
Varcairn would be a particularly good one, although when he says Varcairn, it's kind of scrambled and garbled, like it was censored by some
It's just
magical being.
I feel like I'm in a fever dream.
But the Varfell Mountains themselves are ancient. They predate the raising of the mountains by Aldea herself. However, those mountains are, well, those are home to the mountain dwarves. I would steer clear of those, especially you being a giant and your compatriots being elves. But if you feel like you have the grit, you're probably likely to find something quite powerful there. Plenty of ancient bunkers dug out by dwarves that were lost to the era of chaos and the War of the Sentinel. Now when I think about it, an old friend of mine, formerly a servant of the Black One, now a corpse, found particular luck while earning the favor of the Black One by finding old Titan cores. I'm talking first generation, maybe even prototype generation Titan cores. They seem to have some sort of fascination with those things.
Oh.
Now, I wouldn't go try and harvest a Titan core from a proper first generation one yourself, but if you were to find a decommissioned one, you should probably look to extracting its core.
I'll keep that in mind. What time is it now?
11.
Oh dear. Well, Mr. Chris, it's about time I met up with my other compatriots and we went on our way.
Of course, Mr. Raff. Good luck in your quest. As always, we are all rooting for you here.
I appreciate it, sir, and you take care. I will bid him farewell and hurry upstairs to grab my 2 retards and head to the captain.
All right. Isolta, anything you're doing in this 2 hours before the meeting?
No, I'm going to. I'm like just staying at my place, and then when the time comes, I will start going there.
All right. You chill out. You hang out. You just do whatever it is that you do here. On is dealing with her recruits. You do see a few customers enter and exit every once in a while. It seems like a normal business day for your people here in the Terzani spa. And then you head out.
Is it a happy ending, Spawn?
Yeah, we
I
can
don't
do
think the
some
White Fang would do
sounding.
that. I think the only
So,
happy endings there involve death.
That's acceptable, honestly. I think I'd take that.
Same.
Dude, same.
All right. Raf and crew, you guys make it to the guard captain's place. You're there first. Eventually, maybe like 15 to 30 minutes later, Isolta will walk in.
Mr. Zani?
I nod at them. I am in full formal attire, by the way.
Okay. Maybe like 20 minutes after all of you arrive, the guard captain will enter the lobby. There you lot are. I do not remember entirely. Do you all wish to speak with this man, or would it only be you, Miss Tazani?
I'd rather have them in there, but if he's against it, it can only be me.
Understood. Well, my men should be awaiting his arrival. They will alert me when he gets close. If you would all follow me, we have a room set up for a particular guest of particular esteem. And there is an adjacent room if he wants the lot of you out. He walks to the door, holds it open, and gestures you all to go on in.
What a dirt.
Do I have to go?
Are you waiting for someone to drag you in, Rowan?
No, it's just a hypothetical question. Just walks in.
It's a nice little room. It's rather cozy. It looks like it's meant to sit like 20 people around a table. There are attendants here. They will offer you water or wine or tea at your request. And he will leave you, and the attendants will leave the room and will tell you that if you need anything, simply knock on the door. You guys are alone.
So, are we bringing up his, Evan's trying to kill us?
No, fuck you, pay me.
I'm doing the conversation.
I believe
Are
that's
you
that's
bringing
for
it
the
up?
best. All right, so here's how this is gonna go. Number one, Rowendal, we agreed to pay you, not this man. Shut up. Ain't nobody agreed to pay you but us two, and we didn't get paid, so sucks for you. Secondly, let Mr. Zana do all the talking. Let's not interrupt till we have any idea what Mr. Pearson's like. And then Mr. Zani, let's say things don't go as well as we intended. What are your limits with this man? Can we kill him?
No.
All right, fair enough.
Ten minutes go by, and the guard captain will enter the room. Mr. Pearson should be here in about 10 minutes or so. I will talk with him first, and if he is okay with the lot of you being here, then I will simply have him enter the room. Otherwise, I will have him enter the other room across the hall, and I will only escort Mrs. Sota in. He nods at the silence and leaves. 10 more minutes go by.
Wait.
Yes?
So, was it because he was in silence because he was speaking in white fine? So two elves that were the loudest did not understand a thing he said.
He's speaking in Black Bloom because Raph is here.
Oh, okay. That means we still don't understand.
Yes.
Yep.
You hear a knock at the door, and the door opens. You will see 5 people alongside the guard captain. The guard captain steps in first. Introducing Sir Mason Pearson of the city of Velador's Grasp. Mr. Pearson, if you may enter. He stands aside, and one guy, head to toe in armor, walks in, followed by a younger man who is dressed in noble's fineries. It is a mix of white and gold. He has a vest with like a flowery, like a leafy vine sort of embroidery. And
I whisper to Ralph, is he part of your Black One Club?
No, Rowendal. We wouldn't accept him.
he has a green sash that goes from his shoulder, his right shoulder, to his hip. On the sash, you'll see what looks like 3 arrows. He steps in. He takes a look at the room. His eyes completely glance over the 2 elves. It goes to Isolta, and then it goes to Raph, and he gives you a scowl, Raph.
Raph will hit him with a Cheshire grin and sit there.
You feel his anger increase as you return this little smug aura. He's then followed by 3 more people. Another man head to toe in armor. Another man dressed in noble's fineries. And a young woman, maybe about 15, human. She looks kind of like a servant. She's dressed nicely, but her clothes don't scream, I am nobility. Red hair, blue eyes. The first noble that followed him in was blonde. He has hazel eyes. His clothes are similar to Pearson's, except he doesn't have the sash. And then the 2 armored men, you can't really see their faces because they're head to toe, completely covered in armor. No weapons. The rest of them walk in. Pearson looks to his side, to his people, gives them a nod. They kind of fan out and sit at the table on the other side of you guys. Then Pearson sits last. Pearson, still fixing his eyes upon you. The guard captain. Let's call him Cho. He closes the door and goes to sit at a chair on the long end of the table. So, before we begin, I would like to state that we have brought you here to arbitrate recent events that have happened and to hopefully quell any animosities between our two parties. Mr. Pearson, he points to you, Isolta. This is Isolta Terzani. She is a noble of Whitebine, an esteemed family. Miss Terzani, this is Mason Pearson. He is an esteemed guest here in Lakeshore, son of Roger Pearson from Velador. He too is an esteemed noble family. Now, I imagine one of you has extreme grievance, and I would allow you, Mr. Pearson, to speak first. Pearson nods at Guardman Cho, and he kind of he still has his gaze fixed upon Raph. He puts his hands down on the table, and he leans forward. Where have you taken my wife, sir?
I will look at Isolta.
She is currently safe. However, what I want to discuss today is why she was in danger in the first place, and I would rather have us to speak alone, if you wouldn't mind, Mr. Pearson.
Are you not willing to speak about this in front of my people and your people? And you know where she is. Is she safe? Have you hidden her away? Are you a part of this mess?
I was requested as her bodyguard for her travels, and as such, I deemed it necessary to hide her somewhere safe. And as for your previous question, I don't feel that we can speak it in front of others.
Fine. Mr. Cho, can we have some privacy, please? If you would escort my men and that man and his slaves to another room, please. Of course. If you don't,
As you wish, sir.
we have
Here's
a
the question:
room.
is Raph laughing in character?
He's trying not to laugh. He's trying very hard.
Give me a. What would that be? Give me a willpower check.
Oh, no.
Don't laugh too much. I might make you do it at disadvantage.
What is willpower?
Wisdom. It should be willpower.
It's
on the sheet.
wisdom?
Yeah.
Let's see. Intimidation, persuasion, sleight of hand. No.
Oh, you're gonna have to.
Yeah,
You're
wisdom.
gonna have to make.
It's
You're
your
gonna
ability
have to
score.
make Raph. You're gonna have to make Raph roll at disadvantage because Rowan's picking his nose.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm not looking at the elf. I can see him in the corner of my eye. I'm not looking at the elf.
You try as you might. You do end up giving a bit of a grin and a giggle. You stifle it as best you can, but it's audible, and he knows.
I'm wearing my hood for a reason. Hopefully he thinks it's just noise. I grab Rowan by the scruff of his neck and just carry him out.
I'll have, and as he starts to speak up, one of his guards kind of like puts a hand on his shoulder and kind of stifles, his outburst, and he tries to recompose himself, and eventually his people leave the room, your people follow. Guardsman Cho takes you across the hallway to
Still
another room that's identical
really
to this one.
slowly push the chairs in. Like just making sure they scrape on the floor.
Guardsman Cho goes back into the doorway. If you need anything, please knock, yell, whatever. But actually, may I stay here for this? As he looks at two of you, Isolta and Mason.
I not.
Good. Not sure if I should leave in the first place. The lot of you, if you need anything, you knock and attendants will come help you. He closes the door behind him. You guys are all led into another room. Cho sits down at the long end of the table. Now, please, if you may continue your arbitration.
Right. Mr. Pearson, do you know about the Sons of Aun?
Sons of Aun? Yes, they're a political group from my home back in Velador.
And what do you think about their political views?
Well, they are true sons and trusted members of the society. They recently earned a small place on our parliament. They are generally respected. My father often pays a paltry sum of gold to them for various endeavors. Are you familiar with Validian politics, Miss Terzani?
I have done some studies.
Do you have your big hat on?
Yes.
Okay.
Big hat, Sprat. The bigger the hat, the better you look.
Well, I'm not sure why you question me about the Sons of Aun, but what does this have to do with my wife? Where is she? Please. I've never even laid eyes upon her. Not in the flesh. I wish to put this whole nightmare behind me.
Well, before that may or may not happen, I have reason to believe that there is a particular group of the Sons of Aun in your party that sent for an assassination of your to-be wife.
What? That is preposterous. Why would you say such a thing? None of my people are Sons of Aun. And even if they were, why would they betray me in such a way? Why would they would not betray the Pearson family. My father has too much sway back home to even do such a thing. This is a ridiculous assertion. Surely there's something you're not telling me.
Let me ask you a question. Do you know where all your party members go whenever they are not at what's that family name state?
Trotter?
Yeah, at the Trotter family state.
I don't account for everybody's location. I mean, the Greythorns are doing that now. Most of my
All right.
time spent outside the estate is with my friend George over there, the other man wearing the fine vest like mine.
And do you know? And how much do you know about the Evans brothers?
Brothers, well, they're not really brothers. Adopted. The younger one is the middle-aged one is technically his father by legal law. I know them well enough. Evans is a trusted associate of my father's, and I don't know too much about Liam. He is a bit rough around the edges, not particularly one to be around nobility, more to serve nobility, if that is proper to say, really. But Evans, Mr. William Evans, I believe you mentioned, he is like I said, he is a trusted associate of my father's. He came here with me to guide me through any mishaps or dealings here in Lakeshore, as well as, well, now his job is to help track down that bastard, as he screams at the door, that stole my wife.
Can we keep it where he just keeps on thinking that he's getting cucked by a giant?
It's just, you know.
Big black bloom cock.
Oh. Lord have mercy.
As of late, Mr. Evans and his son have been doing their own investigations around town. As far as I know, he took a trip to Carver's Stead for a small time, just to try and find somebody willing to take a trade or take a sailboat to Steelport, import some goods, preferably Greythorn made, not Blackbloom made.
All right, and well, I introduced myself as the bodyguard of Miss Rue earlier. However, the other three, they were hired by a Western man, to escort Miss Rue towards Lakeshore.
They were.
After which,
Go on.
yes,
Go on.
all right, and when I was going out with Miss Rue, I found it appropriate to get some more manpower for the mission, if you will. So I went with them. But during our travels, we were attacked many times by assassins of, well, some sort of Kideni black market organization. As the guard captain here can verify, we found some evidence of their orders. I will put like the Kideni letter on the table.
Is this the one that's been translated or
Yes.
transcribed?
Yes.
He reaches for it. He's like, this makes no sense. Why would They say a Western man. They hire them.
Yes.
So he
What?
did kidnap my wife. Is he? Is he holding you hostage?
No.
Well,
And
that's not
he
make
did
sense.
not kidnap your wife. I am your wife's bodyguard for this particular travel. Their family are right now in the know of where she is. And I would really like to continue my train of thought here. So, after we were attacked, we went back to Jinkei. Well, after we were attacked and got to a safe place, we went back to Jinkei to inform her family. And after that, we headed back here. In here, well, my the elves that travel with me um, got a sight of both the Evans father and son, and it was in a western what's the name of it? Tavern kind of thing. In there, they managed to overhear some conversations that your people, well, the Evans, were having with someone else. And it included some rather preoccupying
Some rather.
give me a sec. Right, some rather preoccupying topics.
Such as?
Well, for one, they were speaking to what I believe is to be the black market organization that is behind the assassination attempts on both me and Huiru. And it was also about the failure of those attempts. And, well, Mr. Evans, the oldest Williams, he seemed rather unsatisfied with how those attempts failed and how now that the organization is trying to coerce him into paying more to find, well, to continue the assassination contract. And in his annoyance of this, he did mention that he was part of the Sons of Aun.
You believe the word of two elves? Surely those vile creatures are born from a world of treachery and garbage and nonsense. Do you
Must
have
I
any...
remind you where you are?
He pauses and looks towards Guardsman Cho. The present company excluded, of course. You do not know elves like Western elves. Anyway, do you have any proof of these accusations? Mr. Zani. Surely Mr. Pearson, Mr. Evans is just doing his job as trying to find my wife. He has many political connections. Surely he's just flexing them, or as he's kind of bouncing between you and the letter.
Other than his presence and that the room he was in that day was acquired by a Kideni name, I wouldn't say I have much proof, but I did find in the room that was it was particularly off-putting, was that it was supposed to be used, but it wasn't at all. Other than, well, Mr. Evans entering and just having a conversation with someone that appeared to never have been in that room on the first place, and a few messages, or like well, a rather magical way of communicating. And this other note, I present the other note that we found in the room.
He takes the note and looks at it, and his eyes kind of widen. He's like, surely somebody is trying to kill my wife. I could tell you this is enough proof of that, but I do not. It could not be William. Do you have any solid evidence? Surely the room was wrong. Possibly. He stops to think a bit. I could see somebody from Velador wishing to depose this marriage. I know where I come from. I know my people. But someone in my own entourage to do so is damn near blasphemy. Miss Terzani, is there any possible way that you could be mistaken about the potentiality of the room, or the honesty of a couple of slaves?
Well, they are not slaves. They are free elves. But
He scoffs at the mention.
Fucking slaves!
I will remind him that his wife-to-be is also a free elf, basically.
That is different. The elves from this part of the world are, again, they're not like the elves from my part of the world. There's a reason we have a registry in Velador for every elf that enters the grasp. Those kinds of elves are not to be trusted. Your kind of elves are of a different cloth, which is why we've even deigned to enter in this political marriage.
Yeah, he's a Jinkebu.
You have given me some things to think about. I must be asking some questions of certain people as of right now. I do believe I've had enough of this. Are you going to be in town long?
I will be in town, yes.
Need some time to think. And My wife. If you could send her a message for me, would you? Would you be so kind? As he
I can.
his haughty, noble demeanor starts to crack a bit, especially when he starts mentioning his wife. At this point in time, he reaches around for a satchel bag and he pulls out a letter. Please, if you would just give her this and tell her that I'm still waiting for her whenever she feels it's safe, and we can continue to be as we should. But I really must go now. Guardsman Cho, I thank you for setting this up. Uh, Mrs. Ulta. He gives you a slight bow. Very slight.
Before you go, there was a third person with the Evans that day.
Yes?
It was a young girl. I don't have much information on her.
I see.
But be careful who you speak about this around.
Well, if things are as the way you say, they should be careful around me instead. Mrs. Ulta, as he goes and reaches for the door and swings it open, he goes across the hall and he just sort of unceremoniously bursts through the door. As you guys, the rest of you will see that. Everyone, let's go. To the estate, please. Post haste. Throughout this entire time, for the three of you, it was very quiet. Silent, not a word was spoken. The other nobleman, who was named George earlier, well, you didn't know that, kept his eyes on you most of the time, Raph. A lot of them exit and go on their way. Guardsman Cho, he leans back in his chair. He's like, well, I did not expect that to be so uneventful.
I did not either.
Were you expecting an outburst or an accusation? A fight? He chuckles a bit.
Sort of. But I need those Evans guys alive for other matters, so I'd rather him not kill them in their estate.
Well, the estate is outside of my jurisdiction. I can't necessarily have people go in there. I am sure the Greythorns that are assigned to escort those people around town will be around most of the time at the very least. Is there anything that you would need of me otherwise? I can do my best to monitor the situation, but I cannot be too overbearing here in Lakeshore. This is not like Jinkei.
I would, if you could have an eye on the Evans guys.
I can surely find someone to stalk them about town, keep an eye on them. Do you wish to know of anything important, special? Do you just wish to make sure no stray blades find themselves in their rib cages?
Yeah, that, and I hope you would keep an eye on their communications with other people, including entering taverns and private rooms if possible.
Understood. Once again, I must try to avoid an international incident. Mr. Zani. He gets up, he bows at you, a proper bow, unlike that very, what was the word? What would be the word? This, very rude, improper bow you received from the white man. And he leaves the room.
All right. Now Alright, can we retcon that Kara is with us?
Kara is with you?
Like, she's outside with the others.
Okay, yeah.
I will go to Kara and ask her to go back to the state and ask if there's any news on that guy. What's his name?
The Trotter or Earnhardt?
Yeah, yep, him.
Okay. She will nod and she'll take her leave. Well, what are you guys up to as you sit here in this room at the guard station?
So, did he expand upon why he thinks the elves are slaves and I stole his wife?
You've seen the wanted posters. You're apparently the slave owner. We're apparently slaves. Well, Rowan is a slave, so 1 for 3? And still we'll just give a shrug.
I mean, you technically did kidnap Rue.
I really don't have a horse in this any political thing. I'm just looking for stuff to drink.
You know, you might not have a.
Oh, but
pulse
watch
in
this. I can magic fling my booger all the way into that pot right there.
But you're definitely the cause of all this. I hope you are aware of that.
And I guess you would think I guess you think I'm a slave because I don't have a collar? Because in the West, free elves have those.
Is Scylla a Western elf or is she from this side?
She is a Western elf.
Okay.
I'm just gonna. Raph, you don't know about the free elf collars. Isolta, you do. They're usually a thick leather collar with a little, like, silver plate on the front. And when the owner of that collar presses their fingers on the plate turns gold. It's to verify that they are indeed a officially sanctioned free elf by one of the various churches.
Oh yeah. When Raph mentioned that it was all my fault, I was like, oh yeah, it is, huh? Tehepero.
So what do we do now? We just wait and see what happens with Mr. Pearson?
Yes.
Unless you want to barge out of the room.
I don't think we can go nearby their state right now, but well, at least you can't.
I'd be more concerned about them coming for us than about us going to them. Truth be told,
I don't think they are coming for us, or at least not all of them.
Mr. Pearson might not, but Mr. Evans certainly.
Yes. I expect him to. Also, I want him alive if he does
Evans?
come for us. Yes. The older one. The younger one with the magical artifacts and stuff. Well, that's for you guys
Magical artifacts.
to divide after. If they do come for us, that's it. All right, let's head out and see what happens around the Throttle State. You should probably go into an inn close by while me and the elves check around, I guess.
All right, is that your plan?
Alrighty. Yep. We'll head up.
Y'all head out. Finding the Trotter estate should be easy enough. You might have been given directions by Cho, but I'm pretty sure Eschker would have given you some information on it as well. It is closer to the northeast of town, where the houses actually are proper. Where you start to see proper houses and eventually get littered into the commerce, and then actual like manor houses, large fields, large front yards and stuff like that.
So what we doing?
You can find a series of taverns, and maybe some smaller stores, maybe like places to buy food to make, not to eat immediately. You know, butchers, grocers, stuff like that. Like this side of the town is a lot less touristy than the rest of town. I guess a cafe or two isn't out of the question, though.
While we're walking, I'm
Can you explain to Roandal and so that they can no longer go adventuring? At least for now.
They know what y'all look like, and they're going to be looking for you. I doubt they'll come after me, considering my stature, unless it's in my sleep.
I mean, you've seen Rowan with, his pebbles. We can handle ourselves.
Fair enough, but I'd hate for y'all to get murdered on my account.
You know, this could all have been avoided with you just telling him you're cooking his wife. And you could have killed him right there.
That's true. He would have died of shock. He would have died of shock or killed himself. Rowan, I'm gonna need you to stop that. I'm gonna need you to cut that shit out. It ain't doing us no good as of right now.
But
However funny it is.
this guy
Honestly, you
fucks
still have that
birds.
option later. You can just reveal it.
The generate every time I like had the fucking thing generate a like Raph, it was always like Bishona, and now it's like ugly bastard Raph.
This ugly bastard steals your Asian elf wife. Westerners hate him.
Whenever I pull out, they have fear in their eyes.
All right. So what's the general plan of action here?
I think Syl and Rowan are going to ignore Raph.
Actually, you know what? We're just gonna put it all on the Sulta, since he's the one that has the political power and power to do anything.
At this point, if we don't want to murder our way out, yeah.
We might still murder our way out.
I mean,
We're keeping our options open.
to be fair, Raph, I'm not sure if Rowan noticed, but I did notice you perk up at the mention of magical artifacts.
I was interested. I might be interested. You never know. Could help my research.
It sounds like you might want some trouble to happen.
I ain't gonna go looking for trouble. I have my own trouble, my own worries.
Magical artifacts.
Yeah, that ain't worth the trouble. We've already gotten ourselves. This should have been a day or two of travel at most.
Yeah.
Now we're a month into this shit.
Hold on. He said magical artifacts. I like magical artifacts. Let's go find some magical artifacts.
We can sell them for money too.
I don't know if you should be selling magical artifacts of the first age just willy nilly to anybody that'll buy them.
So you're saying we might get 100 gold?
A little more than that, I'd imagine. You definitely need to ask for a little more than that if you come across any magical artifact. In fact, how about you bring them to me and I'll appraise them?
Right? How y'all handling this?
I suppose we're fucking off to whichever way. I'm going back to the inn to study the invisibility scroll a bit more before I decide to try and like blow it up and kill myself.
Wait, are you saying that like right now? Like you're trying to learn invisibility?
I'm not saying that in character. I'm saying that out of character.
Rowan, still?
Raph is a secretive man. He ain't talking about his research.
I'm just gonna hang around the other side, see
Yeah, I'm
what
gonna
happens.
hang around Raph and Syl.
Are you?
I mean, I
doing
think given the
so-
choice, I assume given the choice, Syl would just drag Rowan out and see if we get into trouble.
Are you? Are you? How are you doing it, Assault? Are you just gonna be like standing on a street corner? Are you gonna look for a place to be
Yeah, I'm
inconspicuous?
gonna stake it out. I'm gonna get in a car.
Okay.
Just eat some donuts.
All right. Roll an
No,
alertness check. Make sure you have an ample amount of amphetamines and coffee.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk around, see what's going on, see if there's like I mean, I imagine it's not that big of a state since it's not the main one.
It's not. It's in size. It's closer to. It's closer to like the estate that those three were staying back in Jinkai after he returned to talk to the Hui family.
Mm-hmm.
So it's modest in terms of noble estates.
Yeah.
2 floors,
Yeah.
maybe the front gate is like 90 feet away from the actual house itself. Small garden. You can see some people working on the actual garden itself. Is there anything specific you're looking for? Or are you just looking for traffic?
No, I'm just gonna see what happens around, see if there's any commotions inside.
Yeah.
See if I can overhear anything from the staff that works in the gardens and stuff like that.
Okay. How long do you stick around?
I don't know, an hour and a half.
You see a handful of Graythorn people. They look like servants. They look like the groundskeepers. They're going about the outside of the walls right now, and they look like they're maintaining the rose bushes in front of the fence. Right across from the estate is a little cafe kind of get up, outdoor seating. Maybe like 12 people are sitting out here. Most of them seem to be in small groups of 2 to 3. There is one person on their own. Looks like a Westerner. And you can sit here and be inconspicuous. Otherwise, there are some small alleyways across the way, but closer to like the west side of the estate. I guess I could just draw.
I will stay at the cafe for now.
That's the estate. Then across the way, maybe like 50 feet, you have this row of commerce buildings. The cafe would be like right here in this corner, and then you have a small alleyway with some more buildings over here. And then next to the estate is another estate. Decently sized road between them for carts to pass through. This will be the front of the estate here. The house sits square in the middle. There's less room in the back than there is in the front, from what you can gather just by judging the distance of the walls. From where you're sitting, you can hear the groundskeepers chatting about something. Sounds like they mentioned that their guest, the friend of the Trotter, seemed to be quite angry about something, and he was doing his best to keep it quiet, but he did have a sort of angry discussion with his noble friend as they were walking into the estate. They don't mention anything specific. They bring up Ryu's name a couple times, and they kind of emphasize at just how rude and obnoxious that Mason has been for like the last week or two. And it seems like he's losing it. About a half hour through, you'll see from around back, you'll see that young girl leading some horses towards the front area. There's like a small, I won't call it like a stable, but there's like a little hitching point here with troughs, and she leads the horses to them. Give me a perception or investigation check.
All right. Perception or investigation? Let's see. That's perception.
You notice something strange? That while she's leading the horses, she's not actually leading them with anything. She's kind of walking beside them. She doesn't have any reins or harnesses beside her either. She's not holding anything. She's just kind of walking alongside the horses. There's like 4 or 5 horses. She stops. She points, and the horses go, and they go at it at the troughs and just start drinking. And she just sits. She just stays there for a bit. And, that's it. She leaves. The horses stick around. She doesn't tie them to any posts or anything. One of them wanders off after drinking a bit. Another one walks over to another trough. Looks like it has hay in it. It's hard to tell, but it does look like it's eating. An hour will pass. And one of the armored men and the man that is known as George is leaving the manor. They seem to be having a small argument about something. It's too far to hear. They eventually go towards the horses. He grabs one of the horses. He hops on. The guy in armor is seemingly trying to prevent him from leaving, but has no luck in doing so. The guy heads towards the gate. One of the people nearby opens the gate for him, and he will start to ride east. Start to ride east away from the manor. Give me a wisdom, because it should be easy to catch. Wisdom check. Never mind.
Oh no.
Yeah, he doesn't. He seems to look back at the guard who's now following him out the gate, but not atop a horse. He yells at him a bit. It's just curse words. You do hear a mention of lack of respect, and he rides off. That was about an hour and 40 minutes. You still wish to stick around?
I will stick around, but I will ask Sil to like see if she can check where that man is going.
Sil will nod and follow him.
It's time for Sil to do ranger stuff.
Alright. Still, how do you follow this guy as he's riding off his horse in a full trot?
Which one's a trot?
I have no idea. Horse speed.
Yeah,
or-
Trot
closer
is the
pace,
middle one. It's
faster
not
than a
walking,
walk.
it's not running.
Walk, trot, gallop. He's trotting.
Yep.
So that's like 75
It's the
feet because he's not dashing.
The fast walking.
I guess we're gonna try to keep distance and run to catch up if they get a bit too far ahead.
Right.
Most likely go around like a corner or something.
He rides eastward. Did I say east or west? I keep confusing this two directions. I don't know why. They live on the
He
west
went
coast.
he went west.
East. He heads westward, eventually turns south.
Okay, so he's going southwest.
Going southwest.
West.
How
Yeah.
how hard are
we
you
don't know
trying
if
to
it's
keep
west. We don't know if it's west or east, so it's west.
So he's going north.
up? Wumbo.
Me Jumbo
Wombology.
the Wumbo, But not the Ohio Wumbo. We're going for the Jumbo. Trying to keep up.
Okay.
To like
You're
keep
an
in
elf, so
sight.
if you do run, you could probably keep up with his current speed. Until he'll outpace you eventually. He seems to be going towards the middle of town, back to where all the commerce is. He stops. Maybe after 5 minutes, his horse does slow down a bit after like 2 minutes of having to run to keep up with him. You can run a little slower, so it doesn't look weird that there is just an elf running through town after a horse. He hitches his horse in front of a bar and enters the bar.
Is this bar familiar at all?
No. Looks a bit high class though. I believe someone wishes for you to know that this action of his seems a little sus.
Well, you know, it might be a bit sus if we get a bit of a loss here.
Do you do anything about this, him entering this bar?
Is this one of the people that saw us? Like, is this person recognizable to Syl, either from the meeting that we had, or
Yes, it looked like one of the guys that was sitting in the room with you after Mason asked you all to leave to speak to Isolta alone.
okay?
has
So we'll
that-
enter, but with her hood up.
Without the hood up, or with the
With
hood?
up.
With it up. Okay. You enter. Everyone here seems to be cut from a nicer cloth than most. It's I won't call it a quiet bar. People are chatting freely. There is a small band playing, but it's like that hoity-toity kind of piano and harp violin kind of stuff. It's nice, relaxing music. It's not the kind of place that would let Rowan play.
I was about to say, if only we brought Rowan.
Yeah, no bar fights to be sparked here. No Ram Ranch to be played here either. And some of these people do look Western. By some, I mean a decent amount, but they're all like highborn Westerners. They're not like the one down south where there's a lot of rough type Westerners. The
Okay.
guy.
First question about observation in here. Are any of them elves, or are they all human / dwarf?
Everyone here is human.
Okay. So mainly just observing from like the entrance as to what he's doing, ready to like leave if anything goes awry, or because they're all fucking human and she's an elf kind of thing.
He's sitting at the bar.
Hey,
He
unless you
looks-
want to find yourself in a Kuro, like section.
He's sitting at the bar. He's alone, and he looks like he's gone through a drink already and is ordering a second.
Okay, just keep observing and try to see if he says, like, if he speaks and it's not him, just order another drink, trying to pay attention as to what he's saying.
Someone
See if he's griping about anything, that kind of stuff.
as you do this, someone in a nice button up with a nice like white button up with a black vest, some black slacks, some well styled sort of slick back with pomade hair comes up to you and starts speaking to you. You don't understand a lick of what he's saying.
Oh god, are they just speaking more fucking Rose?
Mm-hmm.
I hate this country. I hate this country. I hate this country.
Let's see. Um.
Still will just give a really blank stare, making it very obvious she doesn't understand a word being said.
Ça. Excusez-moi, mademoiselle, y a-t-il quelque chose dont vous besoin? Je dois demander d'après vos entrées un client. Something like that.
Yep. Forever shawl forever.
Yes.
Je ne parlerai pas.
Est-ce que tu vas bien? As-tu besoin d'aide?
Just blink.
You just ask. You just act like you're deaf.
Je vais appeler un garde un prévenant d'odeur. And he kind of looks outside and starts waving to a group of guards.
Yeah, I figured that would happen. Still we'll just leave and go the opposite direction of the guards.
Mademoiselle. And eventually,
I figured it was gonna be, you know, if it's human, then we got some of that racism.
you hear as he calls out to you, "C'est fier, semble perdu pendant madère," and you know, he's speaking his weird frog tongue.
God, I hate frogs. It's the worst animal. You know, Rowan should have been here. Rowan's really good at communicating with people that don't know how to communicate.
But it's true. He speaks the language of the body. Maybe by torturing his own so horribly.
All right, do you leave completely? Do you return to?
And return back to Isolta and the others.
All right. During that time, Isolta, nothing else really happens.
Right, is Kara back?
I don't think she knows where you're going.
I mean, she would find a big guy somewhere, and he would tell her. I guess. Maybe.
I was heading back to the inn.
Because I thought we weren't fucking around anymore.
And I told you to stay in a close inn.
I was heading back to. It's not that far across town.
It's kind of on the opposite end. Let's roll for Kara. Okay. Raph, you'll hear a knock at the door. I imagine you're in your room.
Yes.
You hear a knock at the door. Raph.
I will get up and answer the door.
You answer the door and you'll see Kara. I was not entirely sure where to look for you. So, do you know where mine charges?
I believe she's out investigating, spying on that compound. Mr.
She went looking for the Trotter estate.
She's up to a bit of shenanigans of the sort on the other side of town. That is correct.
Ah. Very well. If she and the others find their way back here before I do, tell them that Herr Ermhard Graythorn has returned. I will go looking for her.
I can accompany you, considering the circumstances of what's happened recently.
Very well. And she will go with you to the Trotter estate. Calendar. In the middle of your stakeout, maybe 20 minutes after Syl returns, you will see Kara and Raph walking down the street.
Sorry, is Syl seeing this?
Yeah, if you've returned to Isolta by this time. Your stakeout
Yep.
of the guy wasn't very long.
Okay.
All right. I will ask what the fuck is Raph doing here.
Hello. I've accompanied
Yes,
Miss
hi.
Kara. I'd not want her to walk across town on her own.
Right. You like everyone in this state wants you dead, right?
Yeah, welcome to try.
All right. Go hide somewhere, I guess. And still, can you go with Kara back to that bar or whatever? She might be. She might help you out with the language barrier.
I will just make my escape.
I
Well-
don't think they want elves there. When the only race in the bar is human.
Kara is human. So
Then-
you should be
then
fine with her.
Kara. They don't want elves there, so me being there is just gonna make it difficult for Kara.
I mean, someone has to show her where it is.
I'll wait outside, but I'll take Kara.
Isolta, Herr Ermhard has returned.
All right.
He is willing to meet us before nightfall
Did he say where?
at the estate, or at the business.
All right. Then you go with Sil and check out that George guy while I go back to the state.
Jawohl.
All right. I will tell Rowan to stay here and look who else enters or leaves the Trotter state. And he can have anything that the cafe has to drink that is non-alcoholic. Uh-huh.
Gotta mass magic stone this place up. Syl,
Pebble time.
Hello.
You lead Kara to the bar.
This is the place.
It should not be too long. Just, you don't speak no language.
Right. That was a bit of a problem sending Kara with Syl, isn't it?
Just wait here 1 second. She'll actually walk up to a group of guards, and she'll point at you, and she'll talk to them for a bit, and she'll return. Just act lost, but don't leave. They will make sure that no one bothers you. Just tell them my name if you need anything. Okay?
Understood.
Good. She enters the bar. Wow. Rolled this like 4 times in a row. Wow. That's way better. Or worse. Well, that's way better. Rowan,
Yeah.
you're here staking this place out. Still half dead. People giving you the side eye. Wondering why this sweaty, pale as death elf is just hanging out here all on his own. But it's Lakeshore, you know. People belong in Lakeshore, even if they seem out of place.
Yep.
You'll see William Evans and Liam Evans both riding into the manor.
Got it. Well, I really don't know what to do. I'm kind of just staring at him.
They stop at the manor gate. Liam hops off his horse to open the gate. They enter, closes the gate. They ride their horses towards the manor and hitch them right outside by the steps. Then they enter the manor.
We're still in the car. They're like left, right?
Yes.
So who's the nearest one to me right now?
All your companions are gone.
Damn. And I'm like in a human bar, right?
Yes. Most of the people here, all the people here are human.
Got it. Are they playing music? Would they like to learn?
There's already a person here. They're playing. What would they be playing in this nice little place? They have a harp.
Neat.
It's
Can I
very
overhear
atmospheric type music.
anyone speaking? Can I overhear someone speaking common?
Yes. There is a couple, man and a woman, sitting on the complete other side of the little outdoor seating area. They sound like they speak common.
Okay. So I noticed all the side eyes because I look like pretty much I'm on that step. I'm gonna go to the washroom and clean up.
Okay.
So how's the washroom here? Tiny washroom, you know.
You're
Is it like a
Is it like what?
Is it like a tiny washroom or what? Is it
Yeah, it's like
you saw?
it's a small room. It's really only able to fit one person. It's kind of like they have a bucket of water that you could use to clean your face. Then there's another bucket nearby to rinse a rag out of or to wring water into.
Do they have?
No.
Damn. He was gonna do the hobo shower where he just uses hand sanitizer to clean himself.
Yeah, this is kind of like I gotta wash my face or wash my hands. Or maybe not even wash the dirt off my hands if any, but more to
You
like
got it.
wash
I'll just wash my face then.
yeah, wash like crumbs off you.
Yeah, just clean up a little bit. I look really bad right now. So and then I go back to my steak area and then I take out my notebook and trying to see what's going on with my body right now.
Yeah, you seem to be recovering slowly, but you're not. You don't feel like you're anywhere near as on death's door as you were before.
Got it. I am gonna write in my notebook about the thing, what Black Floor has been doing to my body.
Mhm.
So this is like what the third day of us leaving the Decor place.
Yes, it's the third day
Okay,
since your third or fourth day since you first imbibed the first one.
got it. So day 3, I still haven't regained my regeneration, but it looks like I'm normally healing like a normal person now.
Yep, that is the
Maybe,
case.
maybe Lady Kululu might like to know about this Decor.
You hear some shouting coming from the mounter.
Okay, I looked up.
You see Mason Pearson hurrying down the steps. He trips and falls, and he runs towards the gate.
Okay.
Give me a wisdom or perception check.
Wisdom.
You'll notice that his cheek, his right cheek, looks a little red.
And we got his ass beat.
He gets up, he opens the gate, and he runs towards the west, down the street. You'll also notice both Liam and William Evans sort of slowly walk out the manor doors. From this distance, you can't really tell anything else. William has his hands at his side. Liam has his hands crossed. His arms crossed. You do see some servants or the groundskeepers kind of watching this go down, but they go back to their business.
Okay, I close my notebook and then I try and follow Williams that way, west.
Pearson.
Here's it west.
Yeah, he's moving pretty quick. He was running at full speed for the first stretch of it, but after passing a few estates, he starts to slow down considerably.
Okay.
And he continues walking. He looks a little lost.
Okay, I go around the block and go the opposite way of them.
Okay.
Until I see him. Like, is he lost or something?
He's looking around. He's looking down the streets and down alleyways, and he's just he looks like he's just making a random turn down whichever street fate seems to lead him. Which would be, actually, let me get the on this one instead. He keeps walking westwards.
Okay. I go and check up on him while I meet him head on from the other block.
So you're gonna intercept him?
Yes.
You're gonna talk
I
to
call
him?
out to him first.
Okay.
I call out to it's I'm literally going like I'm trying to remember. I wave him down. I'm like, fuck what's his name again, and I'm talking to myself. I'm like, Master Pearson.
You're the slave of that blasted giant. What are you doing here? Are you following me?
I look at him. I'm like, how would I follow you if I met you on the other end?
I don't know whatever trickery you elves are capable of. What do you want? What do you want with me?
Just saw you. I was just literally drinking, and then I'm walking home, and I just see you. And what's up with the bruise there? You fell in. You fell. I start laughing at him.
He turns a little red. I will not take such disrespect from an elf. Thank you. And if you'd please leave me be.
Look, sir. Master Pearson, you're the only person here that I have talked to in common. There is no one else around here that I can speak common with. It's ridiculous. I do not understand a single thing they're all saying.
Yes, this place does speak despicable tongues, but I would expect one of your kind to know any of that as well. I need not have conversation with an elf. I have business to attend to. He tries to push past you.
Okay. I let him push past me,
Alright?
and then I walk the other way.
Alright?
Goodbye, Mr. Pearson.
No response.
I turn, and then I turn into a street corner. I look for the nearest tavern.
Okay.
Or, well, I just turn the next street corner.
Alright.
And I cast invisibility.
Okay.
Wait, what?
It's the class I picked. It's the spell I picked. I've had it forever.
But that's a level 2 spell.
Is that not
I
a?
knew.
Can I not get it?
No, you need to be third level. Oh, yeah. You need to be third
Oh
level
yeah,
to
I
get level
got
2
third level,
spells.
huh? Yeah, I
Damn.
get. Okay,
That
never.
was funny.
I know. I'm just like this whole time, Raph was like trying to learn it, and
Well, yeah,
And
Raph,
here
look what
is-
I can do.
hey,
Hey, look at this!
okay, I am gonna. Actually, you know what? I want to cry. Can I do my find familiar? Actually, Is my find familiar still around? I don't even remember.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
lasts until it goes away.
As long as he doesn't take enough damage to die, it essentially always exists.
Okay.
You could snap it in and out of existence whenever you want.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't used it in a while. It's a squirrel.
The squirrel.
I thought it was a spider.
No,
That was
Volus.
Lulu.
Alright. You snap your squirrel into existence.
Okay. And I communicate with it that it's gonna follow Pearson from the rooftops.
Alright.
So I walk west or west towards the way he was going from another block.
Alright. I imagine you're periodically looking through the squirrel's eyes just to keep up on things.
Yeah.
Eventually, Mason will stop and talk to a group of guards. They point him in a direction, and he starts walking south.
Okay.
After maybe like 2 blocks, he stops and makes another turn to the west. And he enters a building. Looks like a post office.
Okay. My find familiar can only be away from me for 100, right? I can't like leave it there for a bit and then just come back for it.
I'm pretty sure you can. I'm not sure if you can still see through it or.
Oh, okay, but I can leave it there. I just can't see through it.
I believe so.
What's the nearest shops around here? Or stores?
This is not so much a commerce-y kind of area, I think. This is more like municipals. So post office guards, maybe you might find a livery or two for horses and stuff. This looks more like a place where you buy goods, not so much hang out. Is there anything that you're looking for specifically, or just any place to duck into?
No, it's like what kind of stores do they got? Like you said, you can buy stuff.
Yeah,
So-
general stores, they're trade goods. There might be a leather worker here.
Is
Place that
there a place
sells
where I can-
lumber.
any place where I could buy like healing? I can kind of finally try and not look like death.
I'm gonna roll a luck check. Actually, you roll a luck check. If you get 30 or under. Okay. Yes, there is an apothecary.
Okay, I'm gonna go check on the apothecary.
You walk in. No one else is in here but the person sitting, not behind a counter, but more like at a desk. And there's like a small table to the side of the desk and like a cot set up behind it. A lot of herbs, a lot of jars, lots of random weird shit just lining the shelves nearby.
Damn, I should try and ask about. You know what? Hey, do you have any weird drinks? I should really be asking for treatment first, but I
I'm
see
sorry.
a lot of
A weird,
ingredients that I haven't seen.
a weird drink? This is an apothecary. Technically, everything here is weird. And they
That's
put
perfect.
down they put down their quill and take off their hood, and you see an elf, a Western elf.
You know what? I just came in here and spoke common randomly. I wasn't expecting anyone to actually respond to me with that. Thank you.
I did find it kind of strange.
I am also a researcher myself, so yeah, that's why I was asking about weird concoctions, whatever you have.
Well, in terms of alchemy, weird can kill you or heal you.
Yeah. Well, do you do treatment consultations? I do not have the equipment to actually check on myself.
They reach for a pair of very thick glasses, put them on. It's like, oh yes, you do look like you're quite near death. Are you okay?
Oh
Would you
yeah,
like to lay down?
fine.
As they
Sure.
point to the cot.
Yeah, I go lay down.
Well, I don't know exactly what's wrong with you. I can maybe.
Oh yeah, I tell them all about the ichor and stuff.
Well, you see, I decided to ingest this thing that killed like 5 other guys, but
She nods her head slowly. Ah, I see. Well,
Rowan.
Mr. Rowan, I'm sure I could give you something for the pain if you still
Oh,
suffer
there's no
any.
pain.
Well, and I'm sure I
I
could
just
give
need a
you.
consultation about what you can find.
I, well, I'm sure there is a poultice or potion that might help you speed up your recovery, but
Actually, I looked at it, I was like, can you just cut straight through, you see what's going on right there?
excuse me?
You know? I point to my chest and my stomach, like, cut down, see if I got some ichor still there.
Um, this is an apothecary's den, not a surgeon's
You can
office.
probably do it. Actually, yeah, wouldn't be able to do it on this cot here. What potions you got?
Well, nothing fancy. This is just medicines, really. It's more for sickness than anything. But
You got something that lets me throw up something?
we do have that. That is a common tool in my trade.
Perfect.
She goes and roots around on her shelf to find a small vial. A runny black liquid. This
How
should,
much?
She kind of sizes you up, like, a couple silvers should be fine.
I had her 5.
Well, for that much, I could give you another vial.
Perfect. Give me it.
She raises an eyebrow at your behavior and goes and hands you another one. Now, I should warn you, it is quite bitter, and you might end up spitting it up before swallowing it. And, well, you'll be
Oh
wasting
no,
it
that's perfect.
otherwise.
You gotta eat right before she says, I was like, okay, that's cool. You got someplace I can make a mess.
There's if you go into that room over there, there's a chamber pot.
Perfect. I take both bottles.
Okay.
Okay, let's see if we still got some ichor in me. I say that as loud as possible.
I imagine you down both vials.
No, I don't want one. I just
Okay.
taste
Okay.
it, see how it is.
It is
Probably
quite
like-
bitter. It's like if you magnify the bitterness of like a lemon rind and make it taste like black licorice and salt.
I yell from the door. This one's actually pretty good compared to all the other stuff I've actually had.
You don't get a
So I
response.
feel the wrecking.
And in a matter of like seconds, I would say like 12 to 16, you start to retch and heave.
Nice.
And you vomit. You vomit a good bit. I imagine most of it was the meal you had earlier this morning. If
Nope.
that's still in your digestive system. Actually, it's been quite a while. Maybe the drinks you've had at the cafe.
Okay. I check the contents, see if there's still anything.
It's hard to say. And you don't see any green splotches of ichor floating around if that's what you were hoping for.
Damn. Okay, I keep checking.
Well, I mean, you're rooting through a chamber pot that
Yeah,
probably
that's
also
exactly
has
it.
urine in it, and your
Roll
vomit.
doesn't really mind.
But no, you don't you don't
And
find
Rowan
ichor.
drink that.
You don't find ichor in this mess.
Damn. I go wash my hands in my face.
All right.
Honestly, would this be actually allowed?
Say again.
Like, if I used my Kalulu spoon, would I have had the same effect, or because I wasn't eating anything with it, it would not have worked?
You have to eat something with it, and then
Oh,
the
okay.
Kalula thing also takes
Yeah,
like
that's-
10 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I was that's what I was thinking. It's like I can't really eat something and then just randomly get.
Yeah, you'd have to time and things. And then if it gets absorbed quicker, then you could act. Then that 10 minutes, it also is gonna not be so good, not be as useful.
Okay, well, I go out. I ask apothecary, got anything for health, healthiness?
I have a tonic. It might help you a little bit.
How much?
5 silvers will be fine for this.
I give her 5 silvers.
All right. Just make sure you get a good night's sleep. Imbibe it before you sleep. It works when it works best.
Got it. I check on my scroll.
It's still sitting out across from the post.
Okay. I go back and I tell her thank you, and I will walk around and again check to see if Pearson has already left.
After 10 or 12 minutes, Pearson will exit from the post. And he will head southwards.
And I'm gonna have the squirrel follow southwards.
Eventually, he ends up entering a tavern.
The same tavern that I went to before.
No, it's a completely different one. It's in the.
Okay.
He keeps walking down towards like the more touristy area of the city again, so it's a bit busy. It's a mix of people.
I make a note of the tavern, and then I go back to where our Inez.
Alright.
I'm gonna try and find the guys or anyone that can actually do something about it.
All right. Syl.
Yes.
After 30-ish minutes, Kara will exit the bar. Frau Syl, I do believe we have whatever information that the man inside has. It's not much to go on, but it is something. We should leave, though he may be inebriated. I do believe he remembered me.
And wait until we get back to Asolta to tell me what you found out.
Yabba. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back. Don't be racist.
How fucking dare you? You know, he should just get a bottle. He should learn to
No.
be a real streamer.
No, I wouldn't use the bathroom like twice. What is wrong with you?
The bathroom isn't real. It's only real if you make it real.
I'm going to kill you.
Boy, shut up.
So what do you think of that T2 remake?
Too worried looks cool.
T2 remake.
I like the monk one.
Yeah, the monk one looks pretty cool. The evoker one looks like it's for an evoker.
This set's from World of Warcraft for the 20th anniversary, Tier 2.
The
30th
evoker one
anniversary of
looks like it's
Warcraft.
from the customizations thing.
Yep. I just do the glitch so I'm in visage form instead of a Drakthir. Those are really funny when you soar and you're just swimming in the air or running.
All right, I'm back. You could continue to be racist now.
I hate.
I still can't believe he's playing a human warrior.
I have 2 warriors.
What is wrong
Why isn't it a void elf?
I got a black blood elf warrior. I got an
You
Asian
could have made a
warrior.
black void elf warrior. You could have made a black void elf.
Already got 1 elf. Already has the blood elf design. Don't care.
with? Yep. Time to make a new character. White, male, human paladin.
Hell yeah.
Damn, you already won the game.
Where is everybody?
I'm in timeout for being too big a boy.
Yep. Where did you
The
go,
ugly
Asolta?
big bastard.
Home.
Syl's going to the inn. Rowan's going to the inn. Raph.
No, we're I thought we were going to go meet Asolta.
Okay, you're gonna go directly to Asolta's place then?
Yeah, Syl and Kara.
Raph. You're
Hello.
chilling somewhere. What are you doing?
I am studying the visibility scroll again to see if I can figure a better way of pulling the spell out of it, or see if I can.
Alright, make an Arcana check. Wow. For some reason, this arcane writing, he never really had too much experience with. It starting to feel like you're getting the gist of it. It kind of feels like it registers in your mind. You also feel like though if you read the spell, you might be able to cast it properly. However, you don't feel like you're at an experience level that is capable of properly, permanently utilizing it. Its secrets are becoming less secret, but its power right now feels out of your grasp.
We'll make notes of this and then read through the dictionary.
Yeah. Are you doing this? Where are you doing this?
I walked all the way back to the inn.
Okay.
Since if I was gonna have to lay low, I'm just gonna go lay low at the place I was already at, so I could at least do something productive.
All right. Isolde.
Work.
Work is the pool.
You make it back to your family's business here.
Mm-hmm.
And the person working the front desk will greet you. Oh, Mrs. Hota, the Greystone man is here. They're in the back with On.
All right, I will go to the back.
Yeah, you'll see. It's the back room of the main building, not the actual like back house.
Mm-hmm.
And he's sitting at a table. Across from him is On, and they are just having a casual chat over some tea. As you enter, he looks at you. Dam Tazane. Do you still require my aid? I am in debt to you, as are the people that I work for. I am sure you already know that. On gets up, gives him a bow. I will leave you two to your business. If you need anything, you know where to find me. She leaves.
I forgot. I forgot what I wanted him to do.
Shortly after, you'll hear somebody enter the room. It is Kara and Syl, as they are led there by one of your associates.
Mm-hmm.
Isolta, I have gathered some information from the Mason associate. And, she gives a nod to the Greythorn man.
All right, go on.
It is not so much to work on, but apparently, as soon as they returned home, Mr. Pearson ended up interrogating his comrades. There seems to be a bit of a rift forming in between them now. He was quite angry. He struck his friend George I believe there was a wine bottle thrown at one of his guards. And I believe the man said something about yelling at a girl, but I do not know much more about that.
The what girl?
There's a girl that is a part of his troop.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, she was yelled at and had no response.
Okay.
But there was not too much information I could glean off the man. Merely that he had a bit of a bruise on his cheek.
All right. I turn to the greater man and ask him if it is at all possible that he can get eyes or ears inside the trotter state.
That would most likely be within my purview. I can ask around. Maybe one of the people that work there I can get access to.
Yes, if you get any information of what's going on or what happened today, that would be great.
Is that all?
Yes, that's what I require.
Yeah, well, I will begin seeking out my people tomorrow in the morning. I'll get back to you as soon as possible.
I nod at him.
He gets up, he gives you a nod. Him and Kara lock eyes for a second, and he leaves the room. Isolta, what is your plan going forward? It seems like your meeting has caused a stir within the Pearson house. Oh, it's a Pearson group.
Which is fine. I'm hoping that the rift is enough to ambush the Evans party and capture him, and it also causes enough like rift between them so that Mason leaves this place.
From what it sounds like, I do not believe that Mason Child is a stable individual.
It seems like he isn't.
It could cause more than a rift. There may be a reprisal if he feels as if what you have told him leads him to believe that the Evans men are betraying him. Have the others learned of anything?
I left the other elf back at the cafe, but I guess we should seek him out.
Yeah, Dunkov. Are you sure that was a good idea?
There was no one else, and everyone in that state wanted the giant dead, so I couldn't leave him there.
Understood. At this point, Rowan, you'll end up returning to the inn.
Neat.
Anything you guys are doing from here on out?
I'm gonna go back to the cafe, see if Rowendell is there. And if he's not, I'm gonna chimp out.
You arrive to the cafe and you start to ook.
So do I meet up with them?
You're in the inn, not the cafe.
Okay, do I see the party?
Not in the main room. There might be someone in the bedroom.
Damn. I checked the bedroom.
Raph, you hear
You
knocking.
find Raph and Rue in there.
There's a tag on the door that says NTR. Netorare in progress.
So, do I find him?
Yeah, he's in the bedroom. He is studying his scrolls.
Damn. What you got there?
Nothing of import to you, Mr. Rosendahl. I will roll up the scroll I was studying and pull out the dictionary.
I go, but you know, I'm kind of a magic spell caster myself.
You know, Rosendahl, I believe if you bumbled your way into casting the spell, it would work and it would be very successful, if not a brilliant display of magical aptitude. Now, whether that was because you're very good with magic or because you are simply blessed by God to not die, I will never know.
Well, where's Isolda? I don't know if this information will help you or not.
What information? And Mrs. Olda's not here.
Oh yeah,
You
Pearson
did
is,
come quite a ways.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him like Pearson got his ass beat. Then
Pearson.
then he ran away from home crying, and then he went to the post office.
Got beat by who?
Liam Pearson, I think that was their name.
That information definitely would be more useful for Miss Zolta. Now, whether she's coming all the way back here or what she's up to, I don't know. You do know the way to her estate, correct?
I looked at him extremely blankly.
I thought as much.
So,
Well, you can wait here.
I'll wait here.
How soon
Probably gonna be
was
tomorrow, right?
How soon was Mrs. Zolta expecting that information?
I shrugged. I don't know. I pop open a potion and then I just chug it and then I go to sleep on the floor somewhere or on the couch.
I am impressed. Truly. truly blessed by God to continue walking this earth no matter what, to the detriment of all around him.
It's like that bum roommate comes in. Oh yeah, I got really cool information. Goes to sleep.
Raffle look up what's happened. It's like Chris did. I was like, is this the curse? Is this actually is me carrying this man around the curse? Just go back to reading through the dictionary.
All right. Isolta.
This is gonna...
Yeah, I get back to
Holy-
the cafe and see what's happening and why the fuck Rowan is not there. And if anything happened, like, on the state.
Well, Rowan isn't there. The estate looks kind of quiet. Nothing special is happening. Doesn't look like the groundkeepers are at work anymore. You still see the horses. You do see two horses. What is the word? Tied to posts by the stairs, the steps of the manor, by the front door, and you see 3 horses, I think, in that corner where they were led to earlier.
Alright, any gossipers around?
Gossipers, let's see. Nope. No gossip about anything that's happened here.
Alright, I will ask the barista if she saw something happening in that state. Like-
Yes, she did say that, what's his name? A young foreign man, was doing some yelling and screaming as he ran towards the gate, and then he ran down the street and points in the direction.
Sounds like Pearson.
She also mentions that she cannot wait for him to leave.
Alright. Oh no. Do you think you can track him? I asked Sil.
So we'll just look at it's cobblestone, right?
Yes.
So we'll just look at the cobblestone and then look back up to Isolta. I'm not a dog.
I don't know with you people.
How else am I gonna track him? So we'll just motion towards the ground. It's rock. What tracks are there? What we could do is we could just go in the direction he went and you could keep asking people if they've seen him.
Alright, let's do that then.
Okay. Do you do that?
Before I go, I will ask the barista what he was wearing, if she remembers.
Yeah, she says
Okay.
it was a white shirt under a sort of gold and white vest with a velvety sort of leaf print pattern.
Alright. So we have a description, let's go.
Right. You go down the street and start asking around. Give me just give me a regular old charisma check. The first group of people you asked, they're like, no, we don't.
Are they human or are they elves?
Ooh, that's a good question. Let's see. Human.
Are they white vine?
No.
Alright.
They are Greythorn. Greythorn don't really hold reverence for White Vine, nor do they hold reverence for White Vine humans.
Yep.
Continue walking. Ask another group of people. Go ahead and make a charisma check as you ask these humans. Yeah, they mentioned that. Actually, yeah, they mentioned that this guy he kind of just ran down the street and lost his breath and started looking around, looking lost, and had a run-in with an elf, and they exchanged words. He didn't seem too happy talking to an elf. It was a western elf that he ran into. And he kept going down that way. Eventually he started took a turn down south.
I describe Rowendel's hair. Did the elf look like that?
He looked exactly like that.
Okay. And guess someone has to find Rowendel now. Did you see where the elf was going?
The elf went back down that direction as they point back where you came from. A little ways, and he turned before the cafe. South.
Alright. Well, let's keep going on the...
Are we going to follow for Pearson or for
Yeah, for
Rowan?
Pearson. I don't think we can find Rowendel.
All right.
I mean, it's Rowan. He's either going to be at a tavern or he's going to be harassing an alchemist.
Okay, I will ask the humans if there's an alchemist that way, or an apothecary or something.
Actually, that'd be a good intelligence check on them. There is alchemists in the center of town. There should be don't know the difference between a doctor and an apothecary. There's a doctor somewhere nearby. I don't know if they're an apothecary, but in the area, one exists. Somewhere down that way, and they point towards the southwest.
Is it the same way Rowan went?
No.
Yeah, I have no idea where he could be then.
Yeah. Alright, we keep going. Like, trying to find Pearson then.
Alright. Do you keep asking around?
Yep.
Alright, so you go down the way he went. You take a turn down the street that they said he went. You ask another group of people. There is an elf. Go ahead and make a charisma check. A white vine elf. Yeah. And they saw him.
That's
He
also
went,
with that Sigma Riz.
he went down that way, and he entered that building over there, the post office, the local post office. And after that, he continued going down southways, down the street. He was in the post office for at least a while. Don't know how long.
Okay. I will continue following them.
Okay. Do you keep asking?
Yep.
All right. Another group of people, all human. Charisma check. Yeah, they saw a person that matches that description. He kept going down south in that direction towards where all the touristy, back towards the touristy part of town.
All right. I keep following.
Yep. Another group, another charisma check, all humans. Yep. This group of people went to the tavern. It's 2 blocks down.
All right. I go there.
Went to the tavern.
Yep.
Yeah. This tavern has 2 floors that seat people. It's kind of like that one down the Western Tavern, where it has like a bottom seating area, the bar, and up top there's another seating area, like a little loft kind of area.
All right. I look around. Do I see him or in the first floor?
Not on the first floor. You don't see him here.
All right. I will ask a guard or a bartender if they've seen him.
Still, we'll go to the second floor while Isolde is asking.
The bartender looks at you. It's like he points up.
I nod at him. And I go up.
Yep, you'll see him in the corner next to a window, looking out the window. He is there. He is currently nursing a drink, and he's looked like he's had a few already. And he very clearly has a bruise, more than one, on his face. His vest looks a bit dirtied up, a bit out of unkempt, out of shape. He has some dirt on his slacks. He looks very discontent.
So what's our plan here, Isolde?
We get drinks. We sit down nearby and act as if we don't know he's here until we notice, or he notices us.
Right?
Subtle.
Is that what you guys do?
Yeah.
Okay. You go get some drinks. You go get a table nearby. I imagine trying to stay out of his line of sight.
Clearly, we should get the table directly next to him.
No, like it's in the same floor, but not like next to him.
Okay. How close?
Oh no, about half the room away.
Alright. You guys sit down. Have yourselves a couple drinks. He doesn't seem to be saying much, because he has no one to talk to. He's looking out the window. Every once in a while you hear some grumbling come from him. He raises a hand to one of the bartenders or waiters here, and they leave, come back with another drink, take the rest of his empty mugs. He continues this for like half an hour. How intently are you watching him, if at all? And who?
Sill's keeping an eye on him.
he gets up. Actually, I probably should roll that again. Alright. He gets up and he walks straight past the two of you, not noticing either of you at all. Or at least he doesn't seem to acknowledge you guys. And he walks down the stairs. He is very drunk. He is having a hard time going down the stairs.
Wait, there's 3 of us. Kara is with us.
Oh, is Car there too? 3.
Yeah.
3 of you. Doesn't notice. Still. Or at least doesn't seem to acknowledge you guys. And he stumbles down the stairs. Almost falling at the last 2 steps.
Alright, I tell Kara to try and make some conversation with him. I don't think he will recognize her
Okay.
in his current state.
She gives you a nod, gets up and walks down. Walks down the stairs, bumps into him, apologizes, starts talking, starts chatting. He looks, he's a bit loud as he speaks. And Kara's trying to keep it friendly. Let's see. Kara with the unusual Greythorn charisma. They walk to the bar itself and they have a chat. And eventually, Mason sort of gets upright, talks to the bartender, hands him a handful of silvers, and walks towards the hallway where the rooms are.
Damn, Car got shit done.
Kara follows.
I guess Kara's on that Unkriz grind set mind.
Your next roll
He's
is
young.
at disadvantage.
What if you just get her a? What if you just get him a new wife?
Exactly. Problem solved. That's also can just like Kara marry him.
Well, his proclivities, he might prefer a Solta. Although,
We're both humans, what?
well, you are of White Vine descent.
No.
You got more of that, more of the
He
Asian.
likes the Asians rather than the
Dr. Kelso?
We
Oh
already
my god, he's a white Vinaboo.
we already established he's a Jinkei boo.
Yep, they end up leaving your vision as they walk down the hallway.
Alright, I will motion to Seal that we should probably follow.
Syl will get up and go down the stairs towards the hallway.
You'll get to the hallway and you'll see one of Kara's earrings. She has these like crystal earrings hanging from a small brass hook, and it's attached into the keyhole of the door. Isolta will recognize this immediately.
Yeah, does this mean anything?
I mean,
Or is it just marking the room?
yeah, as far as you know. I mean, why would
Okay.
she leave a earring of hers that she always has in a door, in a keyhole? Or maybe
Alright,
she means don't knock. Choice is yours.
yeah.
Maybe it's like just knock on the door.
Plap, 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 plap.
I will like touch my ear and motion for Seal to like listen in. I don't know. She probably has better ears, but I will also try to like listen in.
Still, we'll give a nod and go to listen.
Right? Make a perception check. Or wisdom. You know the you know the way.
Perception.
How long has it been? You guys probably just followed immediately.
Yep.
We're very subtle. We just go instantly.
You hear a thud and then silence.
Well, very anticlimactic, but
Should we make sure he's not dead?
I will whistle something that Kara could recognize. I don't know.
Maybe like a song or something she might have sang
Yep.
to you as a child. She opens the door. I was not sure what to do, but he's out cold.
Did he say something?
He gurgled a bit. He was I'm not sure what he was I am sure exactly what he was expecting. Seems like a very sad man. She kind of just stands aside, and you'll see him face down on the bed.
I mean, did he say something at the bar?
Just whining, really, about his current situation. He seems to not be able to trust anybody at this moment. Don't wait outside. Come inside. She hurries the two of you in and closes the door, locks it. He started confronting people. It's what it sounds like. He complained about not knowing who to trust in his party. It seems like you have planted a seed of discord within his mind. He is very hell-bent on finding his wife. But, what do we do from here? She kind of just looks at him as he lays there motionless on the bed.
Should we take him to your place, Isolta?
No, I don't have any need for him. I need to capture the other guys. But since they are probably by themselves now, come try and ambush them or something. It might be easier with his help, though. I don't know.
Are we leaving him or bringing him somewhere? Or are we, and so we'll just motion towards one of her daggers?
No, I will just put some smelling salts next to his nose.
You waking him up?
Yep.
Are there places to sit in here?
Yes.
I mean, it's a room, so yeah.
It's what's the size between twin and queen? It's a double or full size. Full size bed. There's a table, 4 chairs, fireplace.
Twin, full, double.
Yeah, it's a full size bed. Table, chairs, closet, dresser. There's a window that looks out to the street. You put the smelling salts near his nose, and he jerks awake. He seems to be in a daze, a little bit of drool rolling off his chin. What? As he reaches for his forehead. He looks around. He sees the 3 of you. And what are you doing? I thought
You should be mindful of how much alcohol you consume.
Nonsense. I think I should be drinking more.
Right.
If you want to die.
He gives you a dirty look. Sil.
So I heard you had an altercation with some of your party members.
Well, I don't know if I can trust them anymore, if what you're saying is true.
Well, you cannot trust 2 of them for sure. The rest, I will leave it to your discretion. But if you want to know more, I require your aid in capturing the Evans.
He takes a deep breath. That
You know what? I
bastard.
just realized we actually have proof of the assassins.
Which is? Or
No, I mean, we have proof the assassins exist. We don't have proof of who actually contracted them.
Yeah, but I meant in terms of Sil literally has some of the bones.
that's still
Yeah.
proof.
I mean,
It's proof that someone died.
It's proof that you have a bone.
You know, just like any regular human.
Yeah, the Athathan killed Rue. Look, here's his bones.
we know
really
they
have-
exist. Everyone
I'm-
knows they exist.
I mean, we're not telling him Rue died.
No.
Oh, that Liam bastard is a ruffian. I want to handle him myself. Take him home and have father deal with him. I
I-
still can't believe that Williams would betray me like this. It's just unheard of. Our families have been working together for decades, centuries even. I could get you in a room with him if you want.
That would be.
I do not think it wise to. Do not think it'd be wise to use violence. Though I'm not sure if he'd be willing to speak to any of you without violence involved.
I don't mind roughhousing him a bit, but I will have to capture him for questioning. If you don't mind that happening, of course.
At this point, I just want to know the truth.
Well, you can hear it after the questioning. So
I should warn you what you should be able to subdue Williams on his own. But Liam is another problem.
yeah, I've heard he has a bunch of particular items on him.
Even without them, he's an experienced warrior.
Is Liam the one that prances around in half armor?
Yes. He isn't from the refuge. He was born in the grasp. He was raised there. Nobody who is normal comes from the grasp. If you want to capture Williams, you have to make sure Liam is not around. I'm not sure if I could split the two of them up. They're always together.
I mean, if the rest of our party is there, 4 versus 2, we have decent odds.
I don't know what you are capable of. But that man is barely human. I'll tell you that much. When do you want it to happen?
What day is it?
It is the 29th, Friday,
Which month?
March,
When is the next new moon?
April 1st, 2 days.
Okay.
Question. April 1st at night, or are we talking like midnight between like midnight April 1st?
I mean, I'm not sure when the moon phases are actually calculated on a calendar, but I imagine nighttime, the night of the first, is when that happens. Well, what's your decision?
All right, so you should probably try to keep your party together for 2 days and then find a reason to get the Evans somewhere else where we will be.
Do you know where a place
Uh,
to be would be?
A bit to the east of here.
Inside or outside the city?
Outside the city. Should be a couple hours of riding.
2 hours
No,
outside
wait,
of town.
no. West.
2 hours outside of town.
Yes.
West from here.
Yes.
The first.
There should be a small cave near the coast.
Along the lake.
Yes.
place. I'd rather not be near that place, but I'll do my best.
You don't fancy the Rosenwasser?
I find it strange, weird, unnatural. And I'm from Villador, I understand unnatural. But that pink water is unsettling to me.
Huh.
2 days. 2 hours ride along the coast of the lake.
Yes. At night, if possible.
I have an idea. It'll happen in 2 days. He stands upright. And he starts to walk towards the door. Then he stops. He turns around and is like, "Oh, I'm staying here now. You can leave if you please." He goes back to the bed and lands face first back into the bed.
All right. We take our leave.
Okay? And that's what we'll call it for today.
No.
Dear God.
All right. See you in 2 weeks.
Very
Dude really do
interesting
be
thoughts.
surprised. Dude really do be surprised that his racist friend is a racist.
Yeah, but come on.
Fucking.
We're supposed to be bros and have political alliances.
Bro, you came with me to so I could hurt my wife.
I mean,
Why are you
the
being
dude
so
was a friend of his father, not even a friend of his own.
Well, friend of the family, really.
I mean, that's still.
It's still a political alliance.
Yeah.
All right, let's see the XPs.
I should be level 2 now, right?
fuck
If you earn at least 31, then yes. And I'm pretty sure everyone's getting a decent chunk. So, let's see. For all you guys' investigatings, I'm giving you 100.
Yeah, we find the sassy ones.
Now let's see. Give an extra 25 to Assaulta. Or planting a little mind virus. Give a little extra to Rowan. Or at the very least discovering that Mason had a little falling out, though he wasn't able to give that information to the team. So I believe there's some. Might get more for that next session depending on how things go. Syl. I guess
Still did nothing.
count Syl doing stuff with Kara as another 25. Raph.
Just hello at me.
He studied his Bellum.
I fucked another dude's wife and apparently went to a gay club.
For becoming a gay fat ugly bastard. That's a 69.
It just
But
doesn't.
does he now get a charisma bonus against MILFs and would-be wives?
Yes. I'll give that a plus
Lord have
2.
mercy.
I'll actually give you 50 for your conversation with Chris. I think that was pretty decent information for you.
That was a lot of information.
Whether anyone believes it or not. So let's see. Rowan, you now sit at 1525.
Should we get a bonus for actually setting up a confrontation with the Evans?
Ooh, yes, I guess that would be another 25 to Assault and Syl.
Damn, I'm catching up to Rowan's XP. Also, you gave the 25 to Rowan, not to me.
No, I gave an extra 25 to you, so you have 50.
Okay.
Although I probably should just give that bonus to Kara, because she kind of did most of that. Raph, I'm sick of seeing this 19, so I'm just giving you an extra 1 to round this shit out.
Wait, where'd you even get 19 from?
He got
See-
69 because he got 420 XP.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So Raph, you now sit at 1370. Sil, you now sit at 1250.
1225.
1225?
Oh, it's 1250.
No, 1225 is correct. Never mind.
No level 2 for you.
Solta, you
So
now
what
sit
if you
at
gave everyone an
625.
extra 25?
No, I don't think so.
Oh damn, that sucks.
Sucks to be you, but
Kara ate your 25. I'm sorry.
It's over.
damn, I passed Rowan in XP.
Yeah. Raph, congratulations, your second level.
Hell yeah. Got 2 fucking Eldritch Blasts.
Next,
See, if you had learned how to track people on cobblestone, you would be level 2.
you just
It's over.
did an impossible task. Yeah.
Question with the Ranger spell list. The Ranger spell list is all the spells of Ranger Druid, right? That's still how you're doing it?
It's just all the spells of Ranger.
Okay.
If the spell says Anima, then it's available to Ranger and Druid. But I haven't changed the actual 5th edition spell list like that. Only the ones that I've made. Alright, cool. So at the end of next session, we'll have a full party of level 2 characters. And session number
Maybe.
15.
If we don't die.
That is true. Alright. Alright. Alright.
Lowest HP but highest AC is at least something.
Maybe. Maybe. Who knows what can happen?
Dude, Poppy, I was watching X-Files and one of the episodes reminded me of the game.
Which episode?
Season 1, episode 8,
Which
where
one?
they go to like the ice drilling station in Alaska, where there's worms that occupy
Yes.
the body and make them fight each other.
Yeah, I remember that episode. That was a good one. They're all good ones. Let's be honest. Probably one of the best
Okay, now
television
Raph.
shows to ever be made.
Simon, are you going to
Hmm.
be a pussy and take the 5+ con, or are you going to roll
What do you mean?
for HP?
I have like a billion con.
It's either D8 plus con or 5+ con.
It's con modifier. It can't just be plus
Yeah, con modifier.
Yeah, plus con mod.
What is it? It's D8 plus the modifier?
Or 5+ modifier.
Do giants get a bonus when leveling up, or is it just on character creation?
Just on the character creation,
I was
as far
gonna
as
say,
I
I just-
remember.
Damn.
Wow.
It's over.
Yeah. Broke average.
Did I?
Yeah. Because that's the.
I
that's what you
rolled the
would've-
fucking 2.
Oh, never mind. I was reading that wrong. Yeah, that sucks. You're off average by 3.
What is your int mod?
My int is 1.
Okay, so you also get 3 character points.
3 character points.
and you
And
you get another spell. 3 spells now.
Oh, also, it's only 1d8 plus 3 if you choose to be the same class with the same hit die when you level. If you're multi-classing, then you're
Oh
going to be
yeah,
using the multi-classes.
are you staying as warlock or are you going something else?
I'll have to think about that.
Yeah, you got a whole week, maybe 2. Which is a
Because
question.
Warlock 2 is when you get your invocations.
Are we going to be here next week on the 13th of Friday?
Yes,
All right.
Yeah.
I will be
sure.
here.
Perfect.
We're all going to be here on Friday the 13th when we're going to make our first big,
Wait, there's
big
someone that's not
confrontation of
talking.
the.
There's someone that's not talking. Rowendal, are we gonna be here?
Yeah.
For
That doesn't
realsies?
sound too confident.
No anime conventions that we don't know about, or
No, there's
or Costco trips.
no Costco trips.
It's still gonna wake up.
What?
No, not
Mina
Syl.
Solta.
So Solta gonna wake up.
Yeah.
All right, so we're all gonna be here for September, Friday the 13th, for what's possibly our first big confrontation of the game on Friday the 13th.
Oh no, bros.
You know, I think we should delay it by 1 session.
No.
You know, because that extra HP could be kind of nice.
On
I've
Friday
been waiting a full
on Friday the 13th
in-game month for
then
a confrontation.
on April 1st in game.
Been waiting a full in-game month for a confrontation.
Things might get silly.
Extreme silliness.
Some people might be sent to the silly room. All right. Well, that's our game for this week. Good job, everybody.
We did it.
All right. I'm going to turn off the stream now.